All right, this is the Red Beard movie review crew. The only requirement is the red beard. You don't even have to see the movie. Today's episode, we're reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Best movie so far of 2017. Tony?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, bordering on junkie. Saw the original 7 times in the theaters.
7.
Can't even keep track of how many times I've seen it on home video. I will always say that the original is always the better film, but this one came awfully close.
Okay, so you're saying the first one is better than this one. Oh, that's the second question.
It's awfully close.
Awfully close.
Awfully close. Like I said, I will always consider the original being the best of any of them as it starts it. But yeah, this came an awful, very, very close second.
I'm going to say, well, you go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, well, I have to say that my kids are running around the house singing Fox on the Run, and my kids are nowhere near the age group that Fox on the Run came out. But I haven't seen the movie yet.
You haven't seen the movie, okay?
No.
You
Haven't
haven't seen the movie yet.
No, I've seen
Okay,
the first
so
one.
let's continue.
I'm going
Travis,
to
go
say
ahead.
best movie of 2017. I'm going to say surpassed the first one just slightly.
Oh.
Liked it a little bit more.
Why do you think it surpassed the first one?
I like the comedy a little bit even more in this one, and the storyline. But then also there was something about what they did with Baby Groot that was just genius. That I thought where he was at, just loved it.
Absolutely. I think the humor, there were several sequences where I was actually in tears because of the humor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the humor is definitely spot on. It's just as good as the first one. I thought some of James Gunn's exposition, basically his explaining the backstory, got a little long. He could have shortened that up.
Let's do that. What could have made it better? So you thought that was mine too. Time. If they could have cut about 20 minutes out of the movie, I think they could have found that.
Absolutely. Runtime of 2 hours 17 minutes. Chop that 17 minutes off from various points in the film, and you would have sped up. So Dan, what do you think? What could have made the film better?
I don't know, maybe better music. Maybe better music could have been, they could have added some Hank Williams Jr. in there.
Maybe it would have been better if you saw it. That might
Yeah.
have made it better.
I'm thinking that's probably your best option, Dan.
What? I gotta actually see these movies?
Character that stole the show. Who are you saying was their character that
You know,
stood out?
A lot of people are going to throw out Rocket. Obviously, Rocket's a great character. Baby Groot's a great character. But I think the one who really solidified the group together was Yondu. I think Michael Rooker as Yondu stole the show.
Good.
Because he still uses the little arrow that he uses to kill people with and has complete control over it.
You need to see the movie.
See the movie.
You need to see
So,
the movie.
so who do you think stole the
I'm gonna go Baby Groot. I gotta go Baby Groot. I was gonna say Rocket just because I liked where they went with the character, with him having a little more of a highlight. I'm sure the ladies will appreciate that Chris Pratt is showing off his workout body. There were some slow putting on my shirt sequences that were just definitely in there for the girls.
And there were a few, and some of those shirts were awfully tight too. So, but I'm a Gamora Nebula fan, so anytime those two are together, it's great. So.
Spoiler alert: if you don't want to know this, Dan, you might not want to hear this, but
And pause. And go.
what about some cameo appearances by one David Hasselhoff and Howard the Duck? Are you hoping they make a Howard the Duck movie?
I've got mixed feelings about that because I saw the original Howard the Duck back in the day, which was without a doubt one of the worst films ever put to film.
Right
That's
up there
right.
with
If you
Garbage
took
Pail
off-
Kids.
If he took off his shirt, you would see the scars.
Yes, it's deep down.
Did you
where it
see the
hurts.
first Howard the Duck, Dan?
I did not, but I heard stories, and no, I do not want to subject myself to that kind of punishment.
As soon as Leia Thompson and Howard the Duck had
Made love.
relations,
Yeah.
it really went off the rails there. But I thought the Hasselhoff was a surprise. I was not expecting the Hasselhoff to make an appearance. I loved Stallone's appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I caught another little cameo, Michelle Yeoh, who, if you're a big fan of Jackie Chan's films and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, she actually has a little bit of cameo. You'll never recognize her, but I recognized her voice. So some great cameos in the film. So what did you think of the end credit sequences?
I always like that. I always like the fact that they do that they put that in there, that you hang out and gets you to hang out through the whole thing. I dug that.
Any of them in particular? Because unlike most Marvel films, they all do the end credit sequence. This didn't have one. It didn't have two. It had 5 end credit sequences. Which one was your favorite?
I'm gonna get setting up the future, letting us know that, again, spoiler alert, that there's more to come out of the galaxy. We're gonna see definitely a 3.
I don't think that's much of a spoiler because I think everybody expects them to do more, but absolutely. So
Will you see 3?
Only if Stan Lee is in it.
Spoiler alert, Stan
Stan Lee is
with
in
it.
this
yeah,
one.
Yeah, you'll see.
All
it.
right, I'm in.
And actually, Stan Lee's appearance was a little bit of a play to fans of the comic books or the movies, because a lot of people have speculated that Stan Lee is the Watcher. And if you're not familiar with the comics, the Watcher is this celestial being that just watches everything that goes on in the galaxy. And the fact that he's shown up in every single Marvel film, I think except for one, implies that he's a Watcher. And they play off that in the movies.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, will you see it again?
I'll probably see it a dozen times.
I'll
So
see it multiple times. Dan, will you see it one
at
time?
all,
I'll see it at least once.
when,
Probably get it, I don't know.
anytime.
How about none of
soon.
your stinking business? I gotta find some time in the schedule.
You
That's
are
your
such a trash
Red
panda.
Beard Movie Review Crew.